Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 16th, 2025. I hope everybody had a great Monday out there so far. Everybody has a great Monday evening. Hope everybody can stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm systems here across the lower 48. Here is tropical cyclone number 4. Still trying to get his act together down here across the South America, southern Mexican coast, and I will continue to push to the north and to maybe even to the portion of the Bay of Campeche later on, so we have to continue to monitor that. Got more scattered activity across Central America, South America, a little bit in the Caribbean Sea over toward the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Puerto Rico, some in the tropical Atlantic. You can see a little bit in the Eastern Pacific. We got a cluster of showers and storms bringing some severe weather from portions of Louisiana into portions of the Ohio River Valley there in Tennessee River Valley. A little bit of scattered activity to numerous activity across North Carolina, as we got a high pressure ridge kind of blocking South Carolina, and most of the moisture just going around it. So right now, South Carolina, you're just going to bake in a lot of heat and humidity for the next several days, with just only maybe a pop-up shower or storm here and there. Alright, got more activity up here around Minnesota to Wisconsin, also in the portions of North and South Dakota, also in portions of areas of Montana to Wyoming, to portions of Colorado to Utah, to northern portion northern areas of Nevada, also in the portion of Washington, Oregon State as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue getting the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see we got a little bit of shower activity and mixed precipitation portion of Washington State, stretching into portion of northwest Oregon. Got some critical fire weather over portion of eastern Arizona and central and western New Mexico. Then we got some mixed precipitation portion of Wyoming into Montana. Severe weather from portions of Nebraska to Wyoming to Colorado to Kansas down toward Oklahoma, Missouri, portion of Iowa region as well, and also more some flash flooding and heavy rain expected in portion of Missouri to Kansas to Nebraska to Iowa, portion of northwest Illinois, from Kentucky to West Virginia, and also into Pennsylvania and southeastern portions of Ohio as well. We got thunderstorms and showers from portion of Montana through the Dakotas to portion of Nebraska, Colorado to Texas, the central and northern Gulf to the Florida Keys, also in the Florida region, also to Louisiana to the Carolinas, Pennsylvania to Maine, also in the portion of Atlantic coastal waters up to New Brunswick, southeast Canada, around Lake Toronto, around Toronto, Canada, around Lake Huron, Lake Superior, and also Ottawa, Canada, you're included, around Michigan, Wisconsin, and also Minnesota. Alright, otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Tuesday. Alright, here's your Wednesday outlook. You can see we got some shower activity and mixed precipitation portion of Washington State, stretching into northwest Oregon. Scattered activity of portion of Montana, Wyoming to Colorado to New Mexico. Thunderstorms and showers also expected in Texas, the northern Gulf to Louisiana, to portion of Georgia, also Florida, Florida Keys, and also a little bit in the upstate South Carolina to North Carolina, Atlantic coastal waters from D.C. Also, you're included to Maine to New Brunswick to Ohio to Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Toronto, Ottawa, Canada, Toronto, Canada. You're included Minnesota and North and South Dakota. Severe weather possible from Oklahoma to Missouri to Illinois to Michigan, portion of Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, portion of western Kentucky, and also in the portion of Arkansas as well, in Missouri. You're included in that also. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Wednesday. Alright, let's move on to the current watch and warning advisory map you're locating across the nation. Should be coming up here in just a few minutes. Here we go. We got flood watches in effect and flash flood warnings, advisories, all of that, and thunderstorm warnings in effect for North Carolina, portion of around the Rock Hill area of South Carolina. More flood warnings and flood watches and advisories in effect for portion of Virginia, West Virginia, portion of southeast Ohio, back into Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Indiana, southern Illinois, southeast Missouri. Then we got the river flood warning for portions of Missouri, Omaha, down to Oklahoma. Can't get it out. Oklahoma to Arkansas to areas of Mississippi to Texas to Louisiana, and also we have some flood advisory, flash flood warnings for portions of the Florida Panhandle and also in the portions of Mississippi and Alabama. We got some special marine warnings off the southeast Georgia coast, also around the Florida Georgia border. And then we got tornado watches and ongoing tornado warnings in effect for portions of Minnesota to Wisconsin region as well. Severe thunderstorm warnings and watches in effect for portions of Iowa, also portions of Nebraska, northern Kansas. Then we got more severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing here in portions of Montana, also in the portions of Wyoming. High wind watches are in effect there. Also, we have red flag warnings been posted for you guys here in portions of Colorado to Utah to portions of Arizona and New Mexico. Even got some excessive heat warnings there stretching into Arizona, southern and central California, Nevada, you're included, and also a little bit in portions of Utah. Also some heat advisory for southeastern areas of New Mexico and western Texas. Air quality alerts over areas of Colorado, and also the wind advisory in portion of Nevada. Also some red flag warnings, special weather statement for central Washington state. Alrighty, we got small craft advisory gale warning for Southern California to Northern California, Central and South Hawaii and Chain Island. North side look good. Also around the southern side of Alaska. Inland we have some red flag warnings, also some heat advisories, and to the north we have some flash flood watches are in effect. Alright, let's move on to the storm predictions that are outlook. Okay, severe weather for your day Tuesday. This is day 2. General thunderstorm from Great Falls, Montana to Brownsville, Texas to Miami, Florida, Columbia, South Carolina, you included, Watertown, New York, marginal risk around Charleston, West Virginia to Richmond, Virginia, Roanoke, you included, Milwaukee down to Fort Steele to Casper, you included, marginal risk, then slight risk from Cheyenne to areas of Liberal over toward Delmont and Kansas City and Hannibal. Enhanced risk has been around the Wichita area just east of Garden City. Alright, the tornado probability is going to look like this. We have 5 and 15%. You can see 5% of portions of Nebraska, Kansas, and 2% for portions of eastern Colorado to Kansas, all the way in the portion of Missouri and Iowa. Damaging winds look like this. 5% up here in portions of Virginia and West Virginia. Alright, it's refreshing, so we got to wait on that just a few minutes. Alright, back to the damaging winds. Here we go. There it is in West Virginia and Virginia. And then 5% up here in South Dakota down towards Oklahoma and also over the portion of Illinois. And there's that like a little smiley phase here from Cheyenne to portions of Tulsa up to Delmont, and it's that 15% with the little tongue like here. This looks like a little tongue with that 30% around the Garden City to Wichita area of Kansas. That's where the damaging winds up to 70 to 80 miles an hour possible. And large hail looks like this. Pretty much the same location. This time it looks like a heart shape. This time with the still got that little smiley face there. And there's the tongue. Alright, but 30%, that's where large hail could be golf ball size. But anyway, it sure do look like a little heart there in the middle of portions of the country, the way it's shaped. Alright, let's move on to day number 3. And it's going to look something like this. We got a marginal risk from Midlands, Texas up to Green Bay to over toward Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, also around Philadelphia to Baltimore, Washington, D.C. General thunderstorm from northern Maine to the Florida Keys to Texas, all the way through the Dakotas, portion of Montana. And then the slight risk, like I said, from Fort Steele up to Milwaukee. Probability is going to look like this. 5 and 15% respectively. Alright, let's move on to day number 4. It has expanded since I showed you yet last night. Expanded it further to the south to Charlotte. Would not be surprised it could go on down toward Columbia, South Carolina later. It did move up to Scranton, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. You're included, Richmond, Virginia, Roanoke, 15% risk there. But like I say, this could be added a little further to the south toward Columbia, South Carolina. We could be in that 15% risk later on. I will continue to update I'll have another update tomorrow and see where that 15% risk area finally winds up at. So, alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. We'll catch you back in the next ones. Have a wonderful Monday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because that's the only weather you got.